Welcome back to the Fat Loss Lab, where we break down fat loss myths and give you science-backed strategies that actually work. Today we're talking about one of the most popular weight loss methods out there, intermittent fasting. You've probably heard of it. Some people swear by it, others say it's just another fad. So, does intermittent fasting actually help you lose weight? Or is it just another overhyped diet trend? Today, we're diving into the science of intermittent fasting, how it works, the best way to do it, and whether it's right for you. And trust me, number 4 is the secret to making fasting work without feeling miserable. Oh, and before we start, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a fat-burning tip from the Fat Loss Lab. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, first things first. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting isn't a diet, it's an eating schedule. Instead of eating all day, you restrict eating to a set time window. This gives your body longer periods without food, forcing it to burn stored fat for energy. Now let's be clear. Intermittent fasting only works if you're in a calorie deficit. You can't eat 5,000 calories in a 4-hour window and expect to lose weight. But when done right, fasting can make fat loss easier and more effective. There are several ways to do intermittent fasting, but here are the most popular methods. The 16-8 method is the most common. You fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. For example, you might eat from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and fast from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. It's best for beginners and is pretty easy to maintain. The 18-6 method involves fasting for 18 hours and eating within a 6-hour window. For instance, you could eat from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and fast the rest of the time. This method is good for people who are already used to fasting. The 24 method, also known as the warrior diet, requires fasting for 20 hours and eating within a 4-hour window. It's more extreme and better suited for advanced fasters. OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day, is an approach where you eat 1 big meal per day, then fast for 23 hours. This method can work, but it's quite difficult to sustain for most people. What's the best method for beginners? Start with the 16-8 method. It's the easiest to maintain and works for most people. So why does fasting actually help with weight loss? Reason number 1. It naturally reduces calorie intake. You're eating fewer meals, meaning fewer calories overall. Most people naturally eat less when they have a shorter eating window. Reason number 2. It improves insulin sensitivity. When you fast, insulin levels drop, which helps your body burn stored fat. Lower insulin equals better fat-burning efficiency. Reason number 3. It increases growth hormone. Fasting boosts human growth hormone, which helps preserve muscle while burning fat. Reason number 4. It makes calorie deficits easier. If you struggle with cravings, fasting limits how often you eat, making it easier to stay in a calorie deficit. Bottom line, fasting makes fat loss easier because it helps you naturally eat less without feeling restricted. Okay, so how do you start intermittent fasting without feeling like you're starving to death? Step 1. Start with 12-hour fasting. If you've never fasted before, don't jump straight into 16 or 18 hours. Instead, start with a 12-hour fast, for example, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Once that feels easy, increase to 14 or 16 hours. Step 2. Drink water, coffee, or tea during the fast. Water is essential. Dehydration makes fasting harder. Black coffee and tea help suppress appetite. No sugar or cream, these break the fast. Step 3. Break your fast with protein and healthy fats. Avoid breaking your fast with junk food or sugar. The best foods are eggs, salmon, Greek yogurt, avocado, and lean meats. Step 4. Adjust your eating window to fit your lifestyle. Fasting should fit your schedule, not the other way around. If you train in the morning, break your fast earlier. If you prefer dinner with family, set your window later. The key? Make fasting easy, not painful. Most people fail at intermittent fasting because they make these 5 big mistakes. Mistake number 1, not eating enough protein. Fasting isn't an excuse to eat junk, you still need high-protein meals. Mistake number 2, overeating during your eating window. Just because you fasted doesn't mean you can eat whatever you want. Mistake number 3, not drinking enough water. Dehydration equals headaches, fatigue, and hunger. Mistake number 4, doing too much fasting too soon. Start with 12 to 14 hours and build up. Mistake number 5, thinking fasting cancels out bad eating habits. Intermittent fasting helps, but you still need a calorie deficit to lose weight. Avoid these mistakes, and fasting becomes easy. Fasting is great for most people, but it's not for everyone. People with a history of eating disorders should be cautious. If fasting makes you binge, it's not for you. Pregnant or breastfeeding women, you need consistent nutrition for your baby. People with certain medical conditions, if you have diabetes or low blood sugar, talk to your doctor first. If fasting feels like a struggle, it's okay. There are other ways to lose weight. Can you train while fasting? Yes, but timing matters. Best workouts during fasting? Low-intensity cardio, like walking or cycling. Also, fasted strength training if you feel good. Best workouts after breaking your fast? Heavy weightlifting and HIIT, which stands for high-intensity interval training. If you feel weak during fasted workouts, eat before training. Fasting plus strength training equals fat loss without muscle loss. So does intermittent fasting work for fat loss? Yes, but only if you do it right. Step 1. Choose a fasting window that works for you. Step 2. Stay hydrated. Drink water, coffee, or tea during fasting. Step 3. Eat high-protein, nutrient-dense meals. Step 4. Avoid common mistakes like overeating, dehydration, and low protein. Step 5. Adjust fasting based on how you feel. Don't force it. Have you tried intermittent fasting? Drop a comment below, and if you want more fat loss hacks, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from the Fat Loss Lab. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next